Okay, so we are going to start the recording, and whoever joins in, joins in. All right, you guys, Sunday, June 9th. Oh my gosh, a whole week of June under our belts. It's wild, right? I just wanted to give one reminder before I just jumped into something, and that was all of us as consultants get that awesome Arbonne bag with every 300 QV order. So you could do multiple orders from what I understand and get that really cute bag. And isn't that a really neat thing to share with people that are thinking about the business? You sign up this month with your, basically the detox or the RE9 and adding in like one thing, because that's only 266 QV, and they get that weekender bag. So just a little thing for you to think about as you're talking to people about the business. So anyway, so you guys, last week we talked about how powerful that it is when you are consistently doing your 2,500 bricks, and how when we're consistent in doing that and adding to our teams that our business can double this month. Everybody still want to double down? Because I know I do. I want to double down my own business. So I wanted to just share a few minutes. Hi, Kate. I wanted to just share a few minutes with you guys about guarding your vision. I'm just going to mute. Oh, I got windows popping up here. Okay, so share a few minutes about guarding your vision. And I want to encourage you guys to guard your vision like everything depends on it. And some of you are been in this business for years. Some of you are new-ish. And you guys, the enemy in your mind is constantly trying to poison your thoughts and feed you lies. You need to hear this from me, lies of what you can't do. Anybody have poison running through their minds? Never. You hear things like, you're crazy. Why are you doing this? Why are you wasting your time? You're not good at this. Nobody wants to join your team. Nobody wants to buy that stuff from you. Why are you trying? This is so stupid. Just quit. Just don't do that. Anybody ever have those things? Nobody likes you. How about that one? Ooh, that's like, it's mean. It's mean talk. So your brain likes to play awful, terrible, mean, rotten tricks on you. And we have to guard our vision and continually speak life into yourself. And again, this is nothing that you guys don't already know, but I was reading something this weekend. It's called Think Better, Live Better. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because even, I'm sure Dana has the same thing, even as VPs, those lies get into our brains about that, you suck at what you're doing and all of those things. So your brain is playing these awful, mean, rotten tricks on you, and we have to guard that. So we have these great calls every week, and they're available to anybody that wants to plug in. Nothing's required, but it's just kind of a great thing to fill our cups. But so you hopefully feel encouraged and loved on and spoken over on Sunday nights, but how are you feeling when you get to Wednesday? Are you feeling beaten down from things happening around you? Are you talking to yourself in a kind and loving manner like Dana and I would talk to you guys? You need to talk to yourselves that way. Hey, everybody that's hopping in. So after you've had a rough day, what's feeding your mind and what's fueling you? What happened? I'm just gonna hit mute for the people that just joined in. And what story are you believing? Are you believing what you're hearing from your team on Sunday? Or are you more believing that mean, rotten person that's in your brain trying to tell you otherwise? So what I want to tell you guys is you cannot let what you see, and Katie posted something awesome recently about fear, You can't let what you see right now determine your feelings or what actions you're going to take. So what Katie had posted, I don't know if it was on our team or on your personal thing, but fear, false evidence appearing real. What you see is not who you are, more importantly, or where you're going to be. So I wanted to take like 2 minutes, hopefully, and share with you guys a reminder of, does this look familiar to you guys? Hopefully, give me a thumbs up if this looks familiar to you. Okay, and again, I'm not going to go over the getting started, but if you don't have this, because some of you that are going to be watching this or tuning in are kind of new-ish or rejoining or restarting, so print this off, go over it with your upline, your sponsor. But basically, you guys, our system, and I just wanted to take a minute because we talk about mindset a lot, but like the basics are super, super, super simple. 8 and 2, 8 and 2, 8 and 2, 8 and 2. So your minimum goal, and this is nothing new, but your minimum goal is 8 clients for the RE9 set, like plus something, or the detox, and adding 2 consultants to your team, and hopefully, not hopefully, but teaching them the same system to go out and duplicate. So minimally, consultants doing this, you know what you get, right? You get that extra $100 bonus. DMs, when you're doing this and you have at least one person, you're getting your $200 bonus. It's just, it's super simple. It's super, super, super duplicatable and super available. And I use super about 500 times right there. But don't overcomplicate what our business is. Like, that's it. Legitimately, it is that one sheet of paper, double-sided. Print it, learn it, study it, and do it. Okay, so how we do it, it's just reaching out and presenting to as many people as it takes, you guys. Like, that's it. Again, let's not overcomplicate and overthink. It's just the steps. Remember to use, post that to the group. Sam, this is in our region page already. Hopefully your upline has showed this to you. This is like step 1 when you get started. So just look in our region page under files, you'll find that there. So what you're doing basically, like I said, is reaching out and presenting. And there are 2 awesome files, and I'm fairly certain these are all in Dana's team too. These are all the same things that we do, you guys. We have one file specific for reaching out about the business, and it's using a third-party reach out. The most important thing is we are not the experts, because people might see us explaining a lot of information and in the back of their mind being like, I can't do what she does. There's no way I could explain all of that. So using and it's called social media scripts file, use that, use the verbiage in there to ask people to take a peek. Okay, and it's just a matter of how many people do you want to add to your team? Well, ask that many people times 10. Your stats are going to grow as you start to ask and get more comfortable at doing it. And then the other piece of information that you're going to want to have in your toolkit is sharing and talking about the detox. Again, another file called the detox third-party tool. It is just a text conversation of where to point people to. There is not one piece of information that we as consultants need to memorize other than where those files are and saving them. Like, that is how simple. So I just want to encourage you guys to like not reinvent things. You don't have to study anything. You don't need to be an expert at anything. You don't even have to have used a product yet to be able to do any of this or share any of this. So, and the methods that we do it is whatever works in your life. One-on-one, which is just an individual conversation. And that doesn't even have to be in person, you guys. Events, because you're in front of more people at once. It's just a more effective use of your time. Don't overthink what is a party, and please don't overcomplicate a party. It's basically reading the script and putting products out. Super simple. Virtual is just what we're doing. And don't forget to ask for referrals from your existing clients. That's it. That's all our business is, you guys. It is so simple. And we just too many times get wrapped up in, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to ask. What do I do in this person? What do I say I do? Like, it's just a copy and paste and sharing your story with people. That's it. So I just felt like we needed to go back and remember, what do we do? It's like 3 steps, right? So back to guarding your vision, I wanted to share one story, and then I want to ask something of anybody who wants to share something. So one thing that has always helped me in keeping my vision blinders on, and I feel like as consultants, we should all get blinders when we have a new kit, so that we only look ahead and not at all the other faces around us. But one thing that has helped me in the past when I get a little bit of the head trash is to go back and remember the things that I've done right and the successes that I've had. And I tell this to Dana a lot, but she's always an example that I go back to, because I sponsored her as a district manager. And you've always been a self-starter. So I appreciate that about you. But I'm like, you know what, if I sponsored Dana and she gets it, and I sponsored someone that became a VP, then I could do that again. So when you go back and you remember and you give thanks for your past accomplishments, no matter what they are, you will move forward like 100%. Because when you relive the good things, the positive things, the successes, what you're actually doing is you're putting yourself back into a position to do even more amazing things and to receive more amazing things. And it gets you ready for things that you haven't even seen yet. So new opportunities are going to open up. New people are going to walk into your life, or maybe the people that you least expected are going to say yes. And it changes your frequency, and it puts you in a mode of receiving blessings, because you're thinking about all the positives and the blessings, and it really does change you physically. And any time that I have done that, because I do get off track myself too, there's been a boom after I really focus in. So I just wanted to give you one example from way back, I think 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I don't even know, when I was a district manager. And most of you know this story, but I was working consistently. I was doing like 6 events a month. That's way back before we did a lot of anything virtually or texting. And I felt stuck. And I really just honed in on, okay, what do I want? What is my vision? What things have I done right? And within 6 weeks, my district went from roughly 3,000 to 3,400 to over 12,000 in 6 weeks. And it seemed magical. So it wasn't magic. I was already doing the work, but I changed my frequency, and the blessings were opening up. So what I wanted to do is to hear from anybody who wants to share any success. I don't care if you think it was like I reached out to somebody and they said yes to listen. I want to hear everybody share at least one success of something, anything, in all of the time that you have been in the business. And go.
Well, I've been a district manager before. I kept a district for 4 years almost, so I can do it again.
Yes. You guys don't be shy. This is your time to like really talk life over yourself. Who's going to talk to you like that? Brag about yourself. Don't be shy. Oh, come on. This is going to be fun.
I caught a sale today at the AAU basketball tournament. I feel like that was a success because I've been on a standstill for a minute now.
That's awesome. I feel like we all need like high fives.
Yeah, and she's thinking about becoming a consultant too, so that's good.
That's fantastic. Go, girl.
Somebody on kind of my chicken list, because they're in Australia, finally said that they were super intrigued by a video, finally watched it and then said that, and said that they were really interested. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome.
I have reached out to more people this week than I probably ever have, and I've had more yeses to watch the video about the business at like 8 or 9 people. Nothing has come to fruition yet, but it's certainly a step in the right direction.
Awesome. That's awesome. This is meant to be really therapeutic and fun, you guys. Anybody ever hit a bonus? Like, shout it out. Anybody ever earn an incentive from their RVP? Shout it out. Like, brag about your accomplishments. Stacy, you're in the hot seat.
So, so I had 2. The original thing that came to my mind was, I think most of you know this, but some of you newer consultants might not. Most of you know that Katie is part of my team, and she is like a story from what Heather said about Dana. I asked Katie to join the business a couple times before she did, and then once she did, it was like I showed her what to do one time, and she now shows me what to do. She's, so like Heather said, if you do one thing and you let your people go, if they're the right people, they'll do what they need to do and, work the business and learn for themselves. And I think that one of the main things that's really important is that I've learned over the last 5 years is that you can't want it more than somebody else. And we find ourselves saying that a lot, but, I'll have people join my team that are asking me to join, asking me. And then once they start, it's not you have to let it go. I reach out to them, give them everything that they need. And I say to myself, what did I do? Why isn't it working? Why aren't they listening to me? Why aren't they following me? But if you can't want it more than they do. So if you have people in your team that aren't working, Heather has trained us very well that you have to let them go and worry about other people and getting new people on your team. So I think that we get stuck sometimes. There's been months where I've just tried to focus on people that aren't doing anything or aren't doing income producing activity. And then I waste my whole month worrying about them, and I didn't have a successful month. So making sure that if you do have a team and they're not working, that you're not spending your time wanting it more than them, and that you're spending your time growing your team. And that's really one of the most important things in this business. And the detox group is going really awesome, and I love running it.
That's fantastic. We love you running it too. You can go with that. All right, who else wants to share a success? Because I'll give you some ideas if you're being shy. Okay, I'm going to talk until somebody else talks. I want you guys to say things to yourselves like, I am growing my business because I'm consistently plugging in. I'm growing my business because I tune in and I take the steps. I am a success. I am sponsoring people If you've only sponsored one person in the past, you know what to do. I have everything in me. I know what to do. All the steps are outlined. I'm brave. I'm loved. I'm made for more. I can do anything. I have a whole community of incredible, loving people that surround me and are cheering me on. You guys are so shy. Have you never wanted to brag about yourself? Is that, I know we're taught to be humble, but you guys, just, I'm going to encourage you, like after our call, to sit down and write a list of 15 things that you are successful at and amazing at.
This is not, I'm not going to brag on myself at all right now, but this is something I heard in a call recently, a podcast of some kind, that like focusing on these like little steps of success, like when you're reaching for the bigger goal, like let's say it is like hitting your consultant bonus or district manager bonus, like Stacy was, Katie was saying that like she's reached out to more people than she ever has before. Each one of those is a success, and being grateful for that, like the more gratitude you have in the moment, like the more you will have to be grateful for. And you can't focus as much on the negativity when you're focusing on those little itty bitty steps of gratitude and those itty bitty successes. And it just helps you get more and more confident reaching for that goal. And even when you fall a little bit short of that goal, it's okay, because you've had so many of those little successes and you're so grateful for that process that you're not even focusing on like, oh, I didn't hit that goal, because you're focusing on everything that happened to get to that point. And it just was like, so like, it just really checked me, because I was like, yeah, there are so many times where I've set a goal and I'm focusing so much on the goal and I'm not focusing on the process. And we just forget sometimes, like, it's a journey. So focusing on those little things and being grateful in those little itty bitty steps is so important. And I thought that this was kind of great. And what we're talking about, just like focusing on those successes that we've had. And when you are feeling like you're not getting there, going back, like Heather said, and thinking about the times where you have had successes, because if you've done it before, obviously you can do it again. So I thought that related.
That's awesome. Thank you. Does anybody else want to share any success, any positive step that you've made, period? No? It's okay. But I am going to encourage you guys to make a list tonight and to do that like daily. Write down one or two things each night. What was I successful at today? And don't overthink what a success is. Like Dana said, asking one person is a success. You know, those little actions. So I wanted to share, this is the book that I powered through at the beach yesterday, and I totally fried myself, but I couldn't put the book down. And it's another Joel Osteen book, but even though there's a lot of reference to scriptures, what I really do like about the way that he writes and talks is he definitely knows how to speak life to people and to remind ourselves of what we are entitled to and capable of. So at the end, the very last chapter is called Just Remember, which is what triggered this for me. It's like, okay, remember all of the good, remember all of the things. So when you constantly think about what God has done, when you relive your miracles, your successes, when you're always in awe of the goodness, you're putting yourself in position for God to do something even more amazing. God wants to give you some new things to mount. And it goes back to what he was talking about with this, a friend of his that was mounting huge fish on the wall. He would only mount the big successes. So God wants to give you something new to shout from the rooftops. Get ready for favor that you haven't even seen yet. for opportunity, for influence, and for promotion. He has something out of the ordinary, something impressive, and a new level coming your way. And when I read that, I was like, oh, I just have to talk about that with you guys because it is so true. So God, universe, you insert what works for you, but it's the same principle. It is scientific law that when you are in tune to gratitude, you will receive more. So that's all I got. And I think that was, oh, I'm just reading chats here. Oh, Christine wants me to read that one more time. Yes, ma'am. I surely will. He's got good podcasts too. And they always seem to be a lesson in positive mindset. Okay. When you constantly think about what God has done, when you relieve your miracles and successes, when you're always in awe of his goodness, you are putting yourself in position for God to do something even more amazing. God wants to give you some new things to mount, to shout out. Get ready for favor that you haven't yet seen, for opportunity, influence, and promotion. He has something out of the ordinary, something impressive, and a new level coming your way. Just reading chats. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be a weirdo with my face in there. So you guys, I hope that lifted you up, but I also hope it reminded you of how simple this business is supposed to be. So don't overthink, reflect on your positives, and take one simple step and then write it down as your success. So I'm going to encourage you guys to go on your respective region pages. And I want to hear you guys brag about your successes. And it's not that we're not being humble. It's reminding ourselves of how much we're capable of. Okay? All right, you guys. Well, I wish you all a good week. For everybody that's not done with school yet, good luck in the last couple of weeks. Mine are done, so wish me luck as I now wrangle all my kids and all that. But you guys have an awesome week. I can't wait to hear what everybody comes up with. And if you need help, I'm going to remind you of your successes yourselves. All right, you guys. Love you. Good night.